All right, what's going on, guys? It's Luke here. We had two trades today. We had a losing trade and then we had a winning trade. We ended up with a slight green day today, securing a quick winning day. Today was de-risked just because it was a no news Monday. Here are the executions. There's the losing trade and there's the winning trade. Again, guys, Alpha Futures is 25% off on the premium plans. Use code LukeX if you guys want any of those. And let me know what you guys think of those, by the way. So coming into the day today, I personally was leaning more bullish and I was using this 1 hour gap as my condition. So you can see we had this 1 hour gap. I was saying if we respect it, we can look for lower. If we trade through it, we can look for higher. And then we ended up forming this 15-minute, or not forming, but we ended up trading up towards this 15-minute gap, which I use as a condition later. So market opens up. We initially get this wick to the upside and we start displacing down. I wanted longs back up to this 930 wick, but there was just no entry. From there, we just chop and chop and chop, and there was just nothing to take to the upside, in my opinion. I didn't see anything I wanted to take that would have, I wanted longs at this point up to take all this out, up to this 15-minute gap. But again, we just don't get anything. You maybe could have forced a small entry off this little SMT here for a scalp, but I don't know. I didn't see anything. From there, price is respecting this 15-minute gap. And at this point, I'm seeing we have all this low resistance liquidity built up below us. So I'm like, okay, maybe we run through it if we get some momentum. So I'm seeing that NQ is respecting this 15-minute gap, and I'm looking at ES, and ES is also continuing to, it's still like respecting this 15-minute gap. I think it was also respecting a 30-minute gap. So I'm like, okay, maybe we get a quick move down and a retrace. So ES gives this strong 3-minute close. It wasn't the greatest, but it gives a strong close on the 3-minute, and NQ gives this strong close on the 3-minute. Now, is there an inversion? No, but like I don't trade just inversions. I have, I've been in the markets for like 6 years. Like I'm pretty good with knowing when price is usually going to run. So I see us delivering off this 15-minute gap. ES gives a strong close. We're respecting a higher time frame gap. We have low resistance liquidity below. Yes, the bias is bullish, but I decided to take this de-risk. I don't really mind at this point because we have strong momentum in our favor, and I'm just willing to take it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So basically, I take the short right here, and I'm looking for just some like any of these lows. Like I'm looking for a 1-to-1 or just like a 2-to-1, just anything around here. I'm willing to take profit. But we just barely get into a little bit of profit, and then we get stopped out. We were just wrong. We were just early in the rotation. That's all it was. So from there, we get that remanipulation to the upside. And I see at this point that price is respecting out of a 5-minute first presented fair value gap, which I haven't been using recently, but I kind of noticed this. And I'm like, okay, we're continuously holding this 5-minute gap. And at the same time, ES was also holding a 5-minute gap, a 5-minute first presented. So like, okay, like we swept those highs out right there. We were respecting a 5-minute first presented gap, and we have low resistance liquidity below. I think we might be able to get a retrace back down to take out some sell side before we continue higher. So at the top of this move, we see that 1045 opens up, and it ends up manipulating up. So we have now a 1045 open high, and I want to see price, push lower, and I want to see that 15-minute candle close bearish. So we get a 15-minute at 1045, we manipulate up, and we end up putting in an SMT. You can see NQ fails to take those highs. Well, ES takes those highs, so we do get a bearish SMT. From there, I'm expecting potentially if we get displacement down, I'm expecting distribution down on the 15-minute. So again, I want this 15-minute candle to close bearish, which it does at the end, right? So we're delivering off this 5-minute first presented gap. We get manipulation to the upside. We get an SMT. You can see NQ fails to take the highs. ES takes them out. And at this point, I'm just looking for an entry confirmation. So we get this 1-minute displacement candle. I know we're in a 3-minute gap right here. I don't really care. I just see the displacement. I'm willing to take this. So I just take this, stops above the high. I go break even at this low right here, and I just literally went for a 2-hour trade. I think I got exited around 56 or 57, but it was just about a 2-hour trade. Get break even on this candle right here, and then or go break even on this candle here, and then price ends up hitting full TP. I literally almost got taken out break even on this candle here, but yeah, we end up hitting that 2-hour trade. And again, if I just held that and I didn't go break even, I probably could have just continued to hold through all this low resistance liquidity, but that's not my move. That's not what I'm looking for, right? I think there might have been a continuation play over here on the 1 minute. I guess you could take this displacement here and then take it down to there, but yeah, Anyway, that's it from you guys. First trade, again, we're delivering off that higher time frame, that 15-minute gap. I'm looking for displacement down. We get this 3-minute. I think we're going to flush lower. I like to close on yes. Again, I was just early and get stopped out on that. From there, we remanipulate above the highs. We're respecting out of a 5-minute first presented for value gap. 1045 manipulates up, putting in the top wick. We get an SMT. We get displacement down. I'm expecting the 15-minute candle to flip and close bearish. So we take this candle with nice displacement, stops above the high, and then we target 2R. And as you can see on the 15-minute, the 15-minute candle does close bearish, and we get the distribution lower after. So that's it from you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And let me know if you guys copped any premium plans. I'm just curious what you guys are thinking of them. And that's it for me. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.